Yeah, we gonna get started in a few minutes, so I'm gonna let everybody get in here and stuff. So we we gonna get started. You know what? I hate to keep doing this, but these dudes just keep doing this stuff. They keep lying. They keep coming up with these clickbait videos, and they keep making up stuff to support a narrative. So I'm gonna have to like ether these dudes again. I'm gonna have to like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to cut them off by the waist once again. I'm gonna have to you know what I'm saying. Put them on the guillotine because they just keep doing this stuff. They just keep lying. Like I said, I don't know what it is with these dudes trying to cape for a dude that don't give a damn about him. Moderators, when you start showing up, anybody come on here talking nonsense, zero tolerance on this stream. Any of these sensitive Ralph Trash Van, Tito Jackson, PBC, and Errol Spence fans come on here talking crazy, get rid of them. If you don't get rid of them, I'm going to get rid of them. Because, see, they going to listen today and they going to hear the truth because I'm really finna, like, let it hang a little bit. Because, like I said, I'm going to have to call out some of these toxic boxing channels. I ain't going to say their names because I don't believe in giving people free publicity. So, I'm not giving them free publicity, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to keep calling them out on their inconsistency. Once again, the fake pro-black brigade, the fake pro-black media. That's only pro-black when it's convenient. So, we going to wait a few minutes and then we going to get it started. So, I'm like Jadakiss, man. I didn't want to do it, but they forced me to. So, they just I'll just be trying to be cool, and then I listen to these channels and these dudes be just lying. And I mean, what is the purpose of this stuff, man? Like, for real. I mean, man, like, I keep saying, man, Terrence Crawford's uh his biggest haters are black, just like him and me. And that's why, like I said, I understand why some people don't do the pro-black thing. Because, like I said, a lot of these dudes on here is like Charles Barkley. They act like Charles Barkley towards Terrence Crawford. But this all started with the cornball, with the midget, the fake self-made dude. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he a millionaire and all that kind of stuff, bro. If you hit the lottery, you can become an instant millionaire. And $1 million don't go too far these days. Holla at me when you got LeBron James money. Start popping off at the mouth, when you got Elon Musk money. Start popping off at the mouth when you got Bob Johnson money. Start popping off at for real, bro. I'm just laughing at some of these dudes, how they just be just talking out the side of their neck like they that dude. And we all know that a lot of these dudes and one particular dude ain't self-made. Just stop fronting, dude. For real. Stop fronting. We know who bankrolled a lot of your stuff, dude. but I mean, for real. Just gotta keep it a buck, man. These dudes don't be keeping it. I mean, come on, man. Like, these dudes be really capping, man. I'm just like, man, come on, man. But anyway, let me begin right now. People will come on later on. Once again, moderators, anybody come with that stupid stuff, any of these Tito Jackson sensitive Ralph Tresvant dudes come on here mad, crying about, the PBC and people and the truth, the big fish, whatever he calling himself, get rid of him. By the way, I got a video that I got to do about Jamel Charlo, and I'm really concerned for Jamel Charlo, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I really am concerned for that brother when I put this video out. But I'll talk about it later on. That video will get done. All right, so The line continues with Terrence Crawford once again. These dudes take bits and pieces of every time he do an interview, and they turn it into something. They twist his words, and this is why Terrence Crawford don't like to talk to a lot of the media, or there's certain media he don't talk to, because they always take his words and turn it into a box of licorice. They just twist it for clickbait and all that kind of stuff. This is why I keep saying Terrence Crawford's popularity. Terrence Crawford is the more popular fighter than Errol Spence, and that's fact. And he's getting, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. Reality has sunk in with a lot of his fanboys. At the end of the day, no matter how much they try to pretend that they are so confident in Errol Spence, they really not. Just like the PBC really ain't that confident in Errol Spence, because they would have made this fight. And it's funny, Rick Glazer said something on Coach Malachi's channel that I've been saying. But the thing is, the problem is what's going on. They got a lot of toxic channels out here where you got a bunch of bozos that just sit up here and lie and make up stuff. And they know who they are. And they never have the same energy when it comes to Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. They take bits and pieces. They cherry pick what they want to make stories about. And to be honest with you, it's kind of funny how emotionally invested these dudes are in Errol Spence. Is just laughable. It really is. It's just laughable how these dudes like cape for Errol Spence in the PBC. Rick Glazer said something that I said once again. And I'll get to the video Blue Blood put out about his source, and I'll talk about that, how that didn't make any kind of sense. That didn't make any kind of sense at all. Like, where are all these newfound sources coming from? Like, all of a sudden, it's the Johnny Come Lately thing with the PBC and their followers. Because at the end of the day, they've been pretty quiet lately because they really don't have no more spins. That's why now, all of a sudden, they done resorted to calling Terrence Crawford out his name and all that kind of stuff. I don't call Errol Spence out his name. I don't call Errol Spence out his name. He called himself the truth. He called himself the big fish. He called himself Earl Spence. That's what I call him. But these dudes did resorted to calling Terrence Crawford out his name. Like, what? And like I said, these dudes act like Black Klansmen towards Terrence Crawford. It's just like, and this is what I mean. Stop talking that pro-black stuff. You actually want this dude to fail. Even when he was with Top Rank, y'all rooted against him versus Kell Brook. You rooted against him in every fight when you really was supposed to be wanting him to win so this Errol Spence fight could happen. Y'all rooted against him every fight versus Kell Brook, versus Sean Porter. Y'all always changed the narrative. When y'all thought he was gonna fight Pacquiao, y'all said Pacquiao was washed up. Then when the Pacquiao fight fell through and Errol Spence got the fight, which he didn't end up getting the fight. Then y'all said, "Oh, this is gonna make Errol Spence a bona fide superstar." You dudes always change the narrative. You guys are goofies. Like, talking about game goofy, y'all is goofy with no game. And then you hear these things about, oh, Terrence Crawford should have told the PBC about the deal with Black. Why? He's not obligated to tell them about his options. You're supposed to have options and see what it is. Reality sank in because the truth came out about the truth, that he not his own boss like he was perpetrating. Because they all over the place. He can't even go to his own negotiations. It always seemed to be a lack of he don't even control his own career. He can't make no decisions. Al Heyman make all the decisions. Al Heyman tell him who he gonna fight, who he not gonna fight. And I'm trying to figure out how did this so-called package come up, this 3-fight deal come up all of a sudden that included Errol Spence, Charlo, and Danny Garcia. In that particular order. Where was this dude at months ago? Like I said, once again, if it is the PBC, this so-called executive, the PBC ain't doing nothing but trying to save face and run a smear campaign. Because here's the thing. Terrence Crawford did what he was supposed to do. Prime came with the bag and he took it. While PBC was twiddling their thumbs for months, not trying to give this man a proper deal. They don't even know how much money they're going to pay him. But Terrence Crawford got his $10 million up front. Already got 5, and he about to get another 5 before he set foot in the ring. That's a no-brainer. And and you know what I'm saying? And no promoter taking a promoter fee. So that money go to all Terrence Crawford and his staff. So depending on what happens after taxes, Terrence Crawford go walk away, and who knows? And if Terrence Crawford got a deal where he get the gate, the concession, the parking, Terrence Crawford may walk away with $10 million. That's a no-brainer. But see what it is, people can't stand that because Terrence Crawford really did a boss move. That man sat up there. So this man's supposed to put his whole career on hold to wait to see what Al Heyman gonna offer him. And see now that Terrence Crawford getting $10 million. See now the price then went up. And see, based off the fact that these dummies keep making videos about Terrence Crawford, y'all making Terrence Crawford's popularity go up. You are making him more popular than Errol Spence because here's the thing, whether it's good or bad, you guys got Terrence Crawford's name in y'all mouth. He's winning because you can't stop talking about him. Terrence Crawford's name is everywhere. His name is everywhere. Y'all making Terrence Crawford a household name. You dummies don't even know it. So he's winning. He's winning. He's winning. Every time you guys bring up, like every time I look around, whether it's good or bad, and like I said before, I don't even pay attention to some of these dudes that's in the area where Errol Spence is. You guys got no credibility. You guys, here you guys is, you love to holler about how Terrence Crawford was on a plantation camp and Bob Arum was a white supremacist, he was racist, but y'all ain't said shit about Jerry Jones and his affiliation with Errol Spence. Where that energy at? Where y'all at now? Oh yeah, y'all tuck y'all tails because that's what y'all always do. Because, I mean, if Terrence Crawford say something, you guys make a video. And Terrence Crawford don't really be talking about Errol Spence. Oh, wait a minute. How come y'all ain't made no videos about Charleston White? Where Charleston White basically called Errol Spence an alcoholic. And basically tried to tie his name to what happened with Mo 3. Where all those videos at? Y'all dudes ain't nowhere to be found. It's crickets. And y'all listen to these dudes. Y'all really listen to these dudes. Y'all really pay attention to these dudes. Y'all really listen to these dudes, right? How many times have I debunked everything these dudes did came with? Because it's easy to do it. They can't explain. They try to talk around stuff. Like I said, once again, you can't explain to me why is it that they don't have no money for Terrence Crawford. Once again, Tim Smith said that way in January. They didn't know whether they was going to have a proper amount of money to offer Terrence Crawford. And they said they didn't want to offer him money that they felt would be insulting. And here we are now, November, headed into December. Or still no fight, still no date. Let me explain something to you. Terrence Crawford was a promotional free agent as of midnight, November the 21st, 2021. If they was really trying to make, once again, if they really was trying to make that fight, they could have started negotiating with Terrence Crawford immediately. They could have had this fight signed, sealed, delivered, and had a date ready for September or November by then. Terrence Crawford didn't hear from them till like May or June. And if Black Prime came to them, to Terrence Crawford's camp, he supposed to listen to hear what they have to say. You supposed to at least hear what they got to say. That's respectable. And then once again, David Avenesian said the same thing. That fight didn't start getting negotiated till around, I guess, October or whatever, September, whatever, sometime. And the fight got made in 48 hours. Where you was sitting up, twiddling your thumbs, stalling. That's all Al Heyman was doing, was stalling, because like I said, at the end of the day, they were trying to beg Canelo to come back. So basically, they can put Errol Spence at Cowboy Stadium in front of 70,000 and hope that Canelo win that fight. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Al Heyman going to be rooting for Canelo. See, everybody want to talk about this so-called 3-fight deal. Well, what about the deal they offered Canelo, where Errol Spence was included in one of those packages? See, nobody don't care about Canelo turning the PBC down and taking their belts and running back to Matchroom. But everybody supposed to be so mad about Terrence Crawford not signing a multi-fight deal with PBC. And if he don't want to, he don't have to. You supposed to weigh all your options. What's wrong with doing stuff on a fight-by-fight basis? See, that's what I mean. You guys can't explain that. Make that make sense. You guys make that make sense. You know why? Because you can't. And you still can't explain to me, like I said, once again, Terrence Crawford agreed to take less money. He's been consistent with what he said. He agreed to take less money without a guarantee. And he waited and waited. And then people keep saying, well, he should have signed the contract. And I keep saying, well, what contract? What's in the contract? Says everybody knows so much, but that's what you guys get for listening to people that don't cover fights. Because it was already said. I told you, I was told this back in 2019 that this was going to happen. That they was going to pull this stuff. This was got told to me by all the sanctioned bodies that they was going to do this stuff. That they go throw roadblock after roadblock to keep this fight from happening. And Al Heyman just proved he don't like putting blacks versus blacks in the ring, which I think that's sad. And keep in mind, the PBC just came out of Tim Smith's mouth. They the ones that was talking about streaming. Oh, well, we might not make no money off this fight because of streaming. But why are you asking Canelo to come back? Like, once again, I keep trying to figure this out. You don't know how much you want to give Terrence Crawford, right? But once again, you gave $130 million to Conor McGregor. See, nobody can explain that. See, that's what these deep dummies ain't gonna tell you. That's what these clickbaiters ain't gonna tell you. That's the question that they can't answer. So you don't know how much you want to give Terrence Crawford. You don't know how much Terrence Crawford is worth. But let me get this straight. You gave $130 million. You gave $130 million. Hey, bro, quit trolling my channel, bro. For real, bro. Quit trolling my channel. And I'm serious. Quit trolling. Shut up and listen. So once again, I'm trying to figure this out. So let me get this straight. You don't have no money for Terrence Crawford, right? You don't know how much you're going to give Terrence Crawford. Tim Smith said, we don't want to make Terrence Crawford an offer that's insulting. So that told you right then. That told you to play right then. This was in January. That this was planned all along. Let me get this straight. Once again, you have $130 million for Conor McGregor, a dude who never had a professional fight in his life. You gave Manny Pacquiao a 3-fight deal, guaranteeing him at least $10 million per fight. Manny Pacquiao fought Adrian Broner, He fought Keith Thurman that was very inactive, and you can make an argument he didn't win that fight. And then he was gonna fight Errol Spence, and then Errol Spence got hurt. He fought Ugas, he got beat, and he retired. But you guarantee this money. Manny Pacquiao wasn't the star that he was at the time when he fought Keith Thurman. He was like 4 years, like, wait a minute, he was like, what, 3 years removed from the Floyd Mayweather fight. Manny Pacquiao wasn't selling 1 million pay-per-views. He wasn't selling 1 million pay-per-views. He was past his prime. Most of his pay-per-views after Floyd Mayweather didn't even touch like 400,000. But you could guarantee his money. You can guarantee Canelo $40 million. But the black dude, this is the pattern. Once again, you cannot justify paying Conor McGregor, a dude who never had a professional boxing match before in his life. You paid him more than you paid probably. Hey, dude, I really suggest that you watch your mouth, bro, because you about to have a real bad day. I mean, if you feeling some kind of way, I'll be in New York next week. I'll be in New York, and you more than happy to come see how soft I am. But bro, we all know you just like the rest. The only person that's soft is you. You ain't gonna do nothing. You just like the rest. There you have it. I mean, these trolls start real early. Another a softy, an internet wankster. So, with that being said, see, this is what I'm saying. He get mad because what I'm saying is bothering him. It is bothering him because what I'm saying is fact. Nobody can ask all these big channels, the 50,000 and up. Why can't none of these dudes explain that? But they were, like I said, it's funny. They want to pocket watch and tell Terrence Crawford how much he should take. But then they didn't tell Conor McGregor how much he should take. They don't have no problem with what Canelo made. They didn't have no problem with Manny Pacquiao made. Because these dudes is goofy. And they fake. Can't tell the truth to save their life, man. It's just too easy to do this stuff. Like you take, like I said before, you got to ask yourself, these dudes was really praying and hoping for Terrence Crawford to fail. They hoping that this pay-per-view fail. They hoping that the fight fails. They hoping that he lose. But they claim to be so confident that they so confident that Errol Spence could beat Terrence Crawford. Don't seem too confident, because how come they root against him every fight? But no, I see what it is. The dudes that can't stand Terrence Crawford, these so-called pro-black dudes, they mad because he really proved that he was in control of his career. Because he sat up there for months waiting to see what they was going to do, and he said, okay, and he told Al Heyman that he was going to take another fight. And if he didn't, he don't have to. He don't have to tell Al Heyman every move. Bro, let me ask y'all, this is for the people with common sense. Let me ask y'all something. For the most part, like I said, let's just say let's just say for real. Let's just say you some in demand. Let's just say you like the hottest architect or something out there, or you like the biggest, one of the best tech companies out there, and you gonna weigh your options. You gonna see what one company is offering you for your services versus another, and you not necessarily gonna tell them what the other company is offering you unless you trying to get more money. And if they keep like, okay, what I've been in negotiations or pre-negotiations. I ain't heard nothing. It's taking too long. I'm being patient. Okay, I got other people getting at me. I done gave you chance after chance to show me something. I got to move on. Terrence Crawford had every right to move on. I don't understand why it's so hard for these remedial channels to act like they don't understand. The dude moved on. He had every right to move on and go on with his business. That's what you supposed to do. So Terrence Crawford supposed to sit by his house, sit on sit on the porch and wait and see could he get a email or a text or a phone call from Al Heyman. And there's other stuff he could do. And there's other things he could put together. And he supposed to let an offer go by. The PBC had months to make this fight. They had almost 7 months to make this fight. They had 4 months leading up to the Errol Spence fight to make a deal. Ask yourself this. Why in 4 months? Why didn't you bother even talking to Terrence Crawford to around May or June if you was really trying to make a fight for November? And a fight of this magnitude gonna need mega promotion. Let me explain something to you. Like I said, Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao got put together and finalized when they went through a real negotiation in like 2 weeks. First of all, Bill Haney told me out of his own mouth that they're in negotiations with Vasily Lomachenko. They've been negotiating for about maybe a couple of weeks. Bill kind of hinted that a deal is being finalized. Basically, that they just looking over a few things. They going over some things. They basically looking for a spot where they gonna put the fight at. So if Bill and his team, if Bill and Team Haney and Team Lomachenko could put together and negotiate a fight in a month's tops, why in the fuck did it take? For real, that it took like almost 6 months for them to like put this fight together. It took them almost 6 months to even reach out to Terrence Crawford. You know how disrespectful that is? They don't value Terrence Crawford, but like I said, you guys don't want to hear that. That's what these goofy channels ain't gonna tell you. It don't take no damn 6 months to negotiate no fight. Why in the hell would it take 6 months to negotiate? What? I mean, come on, man. Y'all gotta use common sense. This was a stall tactic. I just talked to Bill. He told me out of his own mouth that negotiations for the Lomachenko fight is going very well. They almost at the finish line. They just basically they I guess everything been negotiated, the money and all that stuff. Basically, they just looking for a location. And I appreciate Bill Haney calling me and asking me what did I think about where should they have the fight at. So shout out to Bill. That's real town stuff. That's real town stuff. That's real Bay Area business. So explain that to me. You geniuses, explain that to me. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns 1 got negotiated in like less than a damn week. But this fight took almost been in negotiations for like, is you serious? I know y'all ain't that naive, right? Oh, then again, maybe you are because of the content creators you guys listen to. Yeah, you are. And it's a shame that these dudes offset what the people like me and other people are really doing, trying to present y'all with real facts and real journalism. Like I said before, it don't take no damn 4 months to negotiate no fight. And even Sean Porter said, see, people didn't do videos in regards. See, this is what I mean about the cherry picking. Sean Porter said out of his own mouth that Terrence Crawford may need to hire a better team because he said Al Heyman is a shrewd negotiator. And what he mean by that, he said that Terrence Crawford might miss some stuff with Al Heyman or might not catch some things. Because, see, I remember Al Heyman all the way back from the Budweiser Superfest. That's the 80s. That's the 80s. And like I said, nobody did videos about that because for some reason, these dudes like to put up this masquerade, this facade that it's just Terrence Crawford's fault no matter what. Because that's what they want to do. They want to make it Terrence Crawford's fault no matter what. And like I said, what it's coming down to, these dudes is hurt. They feel is hurt. Because Terrence Crawford made a boss move. Where Errol Spence can't. If Errol Spence really trying to make this fight, why don't he publicly call out Al Heyman and say, y'all need to make this fight? I'm asking Al to make this fight because he can't. Contractually, he can't say anything bad about Al Heyman. That's a clause in the contract. And you have to thank Al Heyman for everything you do. It's very kind of narcissistic of Al Heyman, but, you know, it is what it is. And you can save all that. Hey, man, why are you talking about another black man? Hey, man, why another black man trying to devalue another black man? For real. Why is he trying to devalue another black man? It's terrible. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking to see this getting done to another black man, and to see, and this is the reason why, and I'm gonna keep it 100. This is the reason why we fail. This is the reason why black businesses fail. This is the reason why we fail as a group, trying to get over on each other or valuing other people more than we value each other. Look at Al Heyman's track record. Look at what he done had on pay-per-view. Look what, I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. Look what he done had on pay-per-view. Ruiz versus Ortiz. Ruiz versus Areola. I mean, come on, man. Who asked for that? I'm just putting the pieces together. I'm sorry if you guys don't understand. I'm sorry if you guys feel bad, but I just got to keep it 100. Y'all can't even answer simple questions. Like Nipsey Hussle say, where the money at? Where the money at? But I understand what's going on because you guys been brainwashed by these channels. By these non-factual channels that just wing stuff. And that's inconsistent. Like I said before, you see what didn't happen. You see these cornballs ain't said nothing about Errol Spence being affiliated with Jim Crow Jerry Jones. And I don't want to hear that crap about that. It was a long time ago. He was 14. You can save that stuff because like I said, these was the same niggas that was talking about Terrence Crawford need to get off the slave ship and all that stuff, and he need to be his own boss. Well, he is his own boss. And he bossed up on and all this stuff about Errol Spence talking about, it's always the Johnny come lately thing. And Errol Spence talking about he was blindsided. How? If you was blindsided, you need to look at Al Heyman. You need to be looking at Al Heyman. Because apparently you can't even be at the damn negotiation table. Okay? I'm just saying. You can't even go to your own negotiations. I mean, for real. Like they all over the place. First it was a first it was a 2-fight deal that he supposedly turned down. Then now it's a 3-fight deal. Did you talking about, oh, you had a contract ready for him to sign? No, that I forgot there was no contract. That's just something that these goofball content creators are making up. But you said, but it was a report that a contract got made and got they were talking about a contract got signed in July. And it was gonna be an announcement. I was like, so, I'm just like, okay, what? Now, before I go, because I gotta get these videos together, because like I told you, it's easy to debunk what these dudes say. Stop listening to these clickbait videos. On the real, it don't matter whether these dudes got 200 subscribers or 200,000. A lot of these dudes just be clickbaiting y'all, and they be brainwashing y'all because they can't back it up. Okay, so let's talk about this so-called deal from an executive. So let me debunk that right quick. Remember, I keep telling y'all, my sources are people that work for the PBC. Haven't the information that I leaked turned out to be true? Now, let's talk about this deal that's supposed to have been offered to Terrence Crawford. That they offered Terrence Crawford a 3-fight deal. Now let me debunk that. Let me debunk that right quick. All right. So they supposedly offered Terrence Crawford a 3-fight deal. So-called executive posted told Brian Custer that they offered Terrence Crawford a 3-fight deal, which would include Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, and Danny Garcia in that particular order. Okay. You know why I know that's cap? Haven't Jermell Charlo been barking and talking crazy about Terrence Crawford, saying that Terrence Crawford is jealous of Errol Spence and all this stuff? How come Jermell Charlo ain't said, oh, we offered Terrence Crawford a deal that would have included me in the package, and he turned it down? How come you ain't heard that from Jermell Charlo? Y'all need to think about that. Jermell Charlo been talking about Terrence Crawford. He ain't said that. And if that's true, once again, that proves that Al Heyman ain't communicating with his fighters. So that's not a good sign one way or another. You should be told that like what's going on. But then again, I heard that's what they do to some of their fighters. They just tell them to start training. They say, well, who am I fighting? I'll let you know later on. But that wouldn't make no kind of sense. And then, first of all, why would he fight Errol Spence first, then Jermell Charlo, and then Danny Garcia? What would he get out of fight Danny Garcia? Wouldn't you fight Danny Garcia before you fight Charlo to see how you fare at 154? Then you move up to Charlo? Or then you move on to Charlo? And keep in mind, you guys, Danny Garcia was offered $3 million in 2019 to fight Terrence Crawford. He turned it down. Or Al Heyman turned it down. So why would all of a sudden Al Heyman ask Terrence Crawford to fight Danny Garcia at this point? What would he get out of fighting Danny Garcia after Jermell Charlo if he becomes undisputed? Like, that don't make no kind of sense. So wait a minute. So now it's a 3-fight deal supposed to have been in place that he turned in. So is it a 3-fight deal, a 1-fight deal with a rematch, or was the contract originally signed in July? Do that make any kind of sense? Ooh, I'm hurting people. Ooh, town don't hurt them. Ooh, town don't hurt them. So I'm just saying. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Nobody wants to listen. The non-black PBC fighters get two fights a year, or at least they get a date. But you know, the black fighters are on the back burner as usual. So like I said, once again, have anybody heard Jermell Charlo say that there was an offer to fight Terrence Crawford? That Al Heyman offered him a fight with him? No, all he's saying is, oh, you jealous of Errol Spence, you can't beat him and all that stuff. Just typical stuff from Jermell Charlo. This is just too easy. I mean, this is really... This I mean, Jermell Charlo talked to Ellie. He didn't say nothing about there was an offer to fight Terrence Crawford, so that don't make no kind of sense. Sound like a lie to me. So whoever this executive is at PBC, he a damn lie. Once again, this is capping. This is just saving face from the PBC, if this is so. And then who is this executive? And once again, why don't Al Heyman speak for himself instead of having these people come out? This makes Al Heyman look bad. All this stuff about, oh, Al Heyman, he don't have to explain nothing to nobody. Well, yes, he should. Because his name always seemed to be in the mix. Why everybody always saying Al Heyman, Al Heyman? And this is why people started to side eye Al Heyman. Like, Al Heyman's name always be attached to everything, but Al Heyman don't issue no statement. He don't tell what's going on. I mean, come on, man. So by Al Heyman staying silent, this makes, once again, this is a bad look on him and his organization. And as far and then that Regis fight, man, I love Regis, man. I love Regis, but I wonder what the numbers were for that fight. I ain't gonna say nothing, because if I say what I know, people gonna get mad at me. They gonna twist my words and all that kind of stuff. So I ain't gonna put myself in a position where my words get twisted. But like I said, people just don't listen to logic no more. People don't listen to logic no more. People don't want to hear the truth. Like I said before, what it is, people just mad because Terrence Crawford stunted on Errol Spence and Al Heyman at the same time. While Errol Spence got to wait for Al Heyman to tell him who he gonna fight, Terrence Crawford like, I'm gonna make my own fight. And if y'all don't see that's a boss move, man, I don't know what to tell you. Isn't that what we've been saying black people need to do as a whole? Do their own thing, put together their own stuff. And once again, Terrence Crawford is working with a black-owned company. But you got these so-called pro-black Negroes that wanted to fail. Could somebody please help me make sense of that? I'm a little bit lost. Well, listen, Ronald, that's what Bud did. Ask yourself this, Ronald. How long you supposed to give somebody, how long you supposed to give somebody to figure out what they gonna do? Terrence Crawford gave them 4 months after June. And actually they had 4 months prior to Errol Spence fighting in April. They had 4 months to put together a deal. That fight could have been announced right after Errol Spence defeated Ugas. They could have had Terrence Crawford come right in the ring, just like they did with Canelo defeated Julio Cesar Chavez in that sparring session where the Triple G fight was already set in stone, already negotiated. Terrence Crawford was a promotional free agent. It was no reason for them not to talk to him. Why in the hell did you wait till May or June to even start talking to him about a fight when you could have had all this stuff worked out and did and set for September? You could have had the fight in September. See, nobody wants to talk about the ins and out. All these goofy ass content creators do is just, oh, it's just all Terrence Crawford's fault. Because at the end of the day, when it's just sour grapes, because they mad because Terrence Crawford he stunted on Errol Spence, he stunted on Al Heyman, and he stunted on these line ass goofball content creators. You know, like the least attorney and a few other people. And they couldn't take it. It hurt them. So that's why they resorted to making up stuff that they can't back up, calling the man out his name and all that kind of stuff. Like I said before, I ain't worried about these dudes. Like I'm just saying, man. Like I keep telling y'all, I ain't got no damn leader, and that's real talk. I follow no one. I'm like Black Adam. I kneel before no one. Nobody can't lead me. So I'm just saying, I want y'all to understand something. This is real talk. Think long and hard. You had black people. You got black people that hate Terrence Crawford more than white people or other non-blacks who want him to fail. But they be trying to talk that power to the people stuff. If they don't get their cornball fake asses out of here, stop it. Stop the cap. Wait a minute. How is it that Errol Spence wouldn't have been ready by September to fight? If you already have a fight set in stone, already signed, keep in mind, he fought in April. That's cap, dude. I don't know what report you heard. That's cap. Hold on. May, June, July, August, September. So you mean to tell me Errol Spence wouldn't have been ready in 5 months? Most boxers have an 8-week camp, which is 2 months. So you would have had, after Errol Spence healed up, if they would have had a fight set for September or October, Errol Spence, even after Errol Spence healed up, real talk, by June, they could have spent 2 weeks promoting that fight. July, August, September. You have 3 months still left. Or you can start promoting in the middle of May. 2-week promotion. Going around promoting the fight. No excuse. Nice try. Nice try. Canelo fought Julio Cesar Chavez in May. He went on to fight Triple G in September. Errol Spence fought in April. Julio Cesar Chavez Canelo fought in May. June, July, August, September. 4 months. Errol Spence would have had. So how Errol Spence wouldn't have been ready in 5 months, dude? Who is you, bro? Stop it, man. Stop it, dude. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap, dude. Stop the cap. Stop it, dude. Stop the cap. You a secret Errol Spence apologist. How the hell he wouldn't have been ready in 5 months, bro? April. You would have had an extra month. Y'all see how easy that was? Y'all see how easy that was? That man said it ain't no way. But what reports? Who you listening to, bro? You must be listening, bro. Man, who you listening to? That bald-headed dude, the least attorney? You listening to him? Who you listening to? No way he wouldn't have been ready, but what? Dude, who are you talking to? You do know you probably don't know. You do know I'm a reporter, right? You do know I cover boxing, right? You do know I travel all over the country to cover fights, right? He fought in April, but he wouldn't have been ready by September. Why? Why? Bro, you embarrassing yourself, man. That's that. He said Errol Spence wouldn't have been ready by September. Why? Wasn't September the original target date? Like, you can't make this. You can't make this shit up. Like, I mean, this is just too. Dude. This is just too easy. Like I said, for real, bro. Stop listening to these dudes that don't go to actual fights. Stop listening to these animated, roided up, like Hulk Hogan talking, WWE inspired YouTube channels. Stop listening to these dudes. Like I said, none of that like nobody impressed by all that screaming stuff you be doing. None of that stuff, all that stuff is fake. All that screaming Jay Hawkins stuff. You're mine. Come on, stop, man. Bro, so you want some more, right? You want some more, huh? You saying there's stuff that report, bro? You do know I'll talk to these dudes, right? You do know that I knew all this stuff ahead of time. You do know I talked to Team Haney personally, right? I'm not like making stuff up, pushing the record button and just winging stuff. No, I'm actually doing my research, making the phone calls, getting to Texas. But nice try though. Like you make it, dude. You want some more, huh? You want some more, right? You just made and I'm trying to be nice, dude. You made a fool out of yourself by saying that you didn't think, or you heard to report that Errol Spence wouldn't be ready by September if he fought in April, bro. You just told a bold-faced lie, bro. And I'm trying to be nice. You just made a fool of yourself. And I'm trying to save face. I'm really trying to keep you from. I'm really trying to help you because you just told a bold-faced lie, and you just made a fool out of yourself because you sounded clueless. How in the hell you wouldn't be ready to go by September, bro, if you fought in April? You only have really an 8-week camp. So I'm just saying. All right, man. Anyway, you guys, appreciate y'all listening. Just check out these videos I got coming up. But appreciate y'all listening. Real talk. I do this for y'all. Like I said, I'm not here to I'm not here to make other people happy. I told you, I don't have no leader. People need to wonder if they leaders themselves. Some of these dudes on here need to wonder if they leaders themselves, because that seems to be the question in the air. And then a lot of these dudes, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that I'll be holding in. Like people, I could just tell y'all one dude think he's slick. He told her he lied to me, and he thought I wasn't gonna do my research. Just because you tell me something don't mean I believe it. But I'll save that for a later date. But appreciate y'all listening. Check out these videos that's coming up. I'm out. Appreciate it.